I really don't care what happens to her at all. I don't care. Like, everybody they tiptoe around with this social media, but what y'all don't get is that it be real consequence for y'all little flexes, y'all quick flexes for $300 that you need. It be constant.
Welcome to PopLinks. The world around Teyana Taylor seemed to freeze the moment her daughter walked up to the witness stand. The courtroom grew so quiet you could hear every breath. All eyes were on little Junie. No one had expected a young child to speak with such raw, emotional truth. But when she did, it shook the entire room. Something broke open inside every person sitting there that day. This wasn't just about two famous people in a legal fight. This was about a child, stuck in the middle of a love story that had turned into something neither parent ever imagined. It all started out like a fairy tale. Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert looked like the perfect couple. They were relationship goals for so many. People admired their red carpet appearances, the music videos they starred in together, the interviews where they'd laugh and share inside jokes. They made people believe in love again, especially black love. But behind all the beautiful photos and carefully written Instagram captions, things weren't as perfect as they seemed. Iman's basketball career had started to struggle. He faced injuries, team changes, and uncertainty. Teyana, on the other hand, was constantly building her brand, directing music videos, acting, performing, and running businesses. She wore so many hats, she barely had time to breathe. From the outside, they still looked united. But inside their home, there were fights, long silences, and growing emotional distance. Then came the whispers. People started talking about Iman cheating. Stories surfaced of Teyana crying backstage before shows. Friends close to them said they barely saw the couple together anymore. Then one day, almost quietly, they announced their separation. There was no public argument or social media drama. It seemed like a calm split. But that peace didn't last. A few months later, court documents leaked, revealing that Iman had filed to get more custody of their daughter, Junie. That's when everything changed. Teyana responded quickly and forcefully, saying Iman hadn't been consistent in Junie's life. She claimed he was emotionally unstable at times, missed important moments like birthdays, didn't answer texts, and often canceled plans last minute. According to people close to her, Teyana had kept a detailed record of everything. Iman, however, told a different story. He said he simply wanted to spend more time with his daughter. He wanted to be there for her in a more meaningful way. The courtroom didn't fully believe either side. So the judge made a decision that caught everyone off guard. Junie would speak for herself. She was just a child. Yet she walked into that courtroom, holding her mother's hand and clutching a stuffed animal for comfort. The judge asked that all media be removed from the room, but word quickly spread about what happened next. With tears on her cheeks, Junie quietly said, "I just want mommy and daddy to stop yelling." That one sentence changed everything. Iman sat at his table, stiff and silent, then lowered his face into his hands. His shoulders shook. No one could say for sure if it was out of regret, sadness, or shame. Teyana sat completely still, her hands clenched tightly in her lap. She blinked fast, trying not to cry. She reached for a tissue but refused to let herself fall apart in front of her daughter. Even the judge paused. A 10-minute break was called, not just for legal reasons, but because the emotional weight in the room was simply too much. When everyone returned, the atmosphere had shifted. Iman looked tired, even broken. Teyana's team remained strong, but you could see the cracks forming. Junie was taken home by her grandmother, away from the cameras and chaos outside the courthouse. The media response was immediate. TMZ ran headlines about Junie's testimony. Instagram was filled with courtroom sketches, Iman seen wiping his eyes, Teyana staring off into the distance. On TikTok, people were reenacting the scene, digging up old interviews, even revisiting their wedding video. Everyone had an opinion. Some fans rushed to support Teyana, praising her for protecting her daughter and trying to hold things together. Others, for the first time, started to feel sympathy for Iman. They pointed out how painful it must be to hear your own child plead for peace. But there was one question on everyone's mind: had this custody fight gone too far? Teyana had always claimed she kept things private for the sake of her daughter. But now, with Junie's heartbreaking words in the spotlight, nothing was private anymore. People began questioning whether either parent was truly thinking about what was best for their child. Rumors even started spreading that Iman had tried to work things out privately, only to be turned down by Teyana's legal team. No matter what side you believed, one thing was certain: this wasn't just about paperwork or court dates. This was deep. It was emotional. And the entire world was watching. After the hearing, Teyana's mother was seen wrapping her arms around her daughter in a long, quiet hug. Neither of them spoke to reporters. They didn't have to. Iman's mother, meanwhile, looked shocked as she left the courthouse. One source claimed she whispered to a friend, "She's just a child. She shouldn't have to choose." But that's exactly what the court was asking Junie to do: choose between structure and love, between routines and emotional safety. Teyana's legal team argued that Iman's presence in Junie's life had been unreliable at best, even harmful at times. They talked about mood swings, loud arguments, and therapy notes saying Junie felt anxious before visiting her dad. Iman's lawyers pushed back with videos of birthday celebrations, letters he wrote Junie, and clips from daddy-daughter dates. The judge listened carefully. But in the end, the most powerful voice in the room had been Junie's. Her words painted a picture that wasn't simple or clean. It wasn't one parent being good and the other bad. It was messy, emotional, and full of love on both sides, just like real life often is. After the court session, Iman didn't stop to talk. He walked past the cameras, sunglasses hiding his face, lips pressed together. But one microphone caught him whispering, "I just want my baby back." Teyana didn't say anything either. That night, she posted a quiet story on Instagram, "Protecting my peace at all costs." Rumors began swirling again. Hollywood insiders said Iman might be preparing to appeal the judge's next ruling, which is expected soon. And so, the battle continues, not just between two parents, but between love, pain, and the desperate hope to do what's right for a child caught in the middle. Right now, things are very tense between Teyana and Iman. Some sources say Iman is trying to get joint custody of their daughter, Junie. Others believe his legal team is pushing him to accept a more careful plan, one that includes supervised visits, therapy sessions, and slowly rebuilding trust under the watchful eye of professionals. But if you talk to the people closest to Teyana, they say this isn't about getting even or revenge. It's about keeping Junie safe. "She's not stopping him from seeing Junie," said someone close to her. "She's protecting her." That one line hit a nerve and quickly spread across social media. Some people are hoping for a peaceful co-parenting situation, but even more are standing by Teyana. They believe she's doing what's best for her child, even if it's hard. Behind the scenes, things are cold and distant. Teyana and Iman haven't spoken directly in weeks. All their conversations are handled through lawyers, full of legal terms and court filings. The close bond they once shared now feels like a distant memory, replaced by paperwork and legal bills. And while fans and gossip pages speculate about what's going on, those closest to the couple see the real impact. Teyana is emotionally and mentally drained. She's tired, but she's trying to keep moving. She's throwing herself into her work, long nights in the studio, intense dance practices, acting gigs, brand campaigns, and photo shoots. Work has become her escape, her way to cope with everything happening. Iman, on the other hand, has gone completely quiet. No social media posts, no cryptic comments, nothing. People close to him say it's not about keeping up appearances. He's really struggling. He's confused, hurt, and trying to make sense of how things fell apart so fast. He's also trying to figure out how to be a good father when the courts are now involved in nearly every decision. A court decision is expected any day now. Everyone is waiting to see what happens next. Will Junie live between two homes? Will every visit include a therapist and supervised meetings? Or will one parent get full custody, and the other only get short visits and video calls? We may never know the full story. The details, the fights, the tears, the heartbreak that happened away from the cameras, are likely to stay private. But what the world does know is that a little girl stood in a courtroom, caught between two adults and too many emotions for her young heart to handle. When someone asked Junie what she wanted, she didn't choose one parent over the other. She didn't talk about who she wanted to live with. She just said, "I want the yelling to stop." That simple sentence said it all. This was never really about money or fame. It was about a child, her peace, her heart, her future. And now, as the world watches, the next chapter is about to begin. It won't just be about custody. It will be about healing. Because at the end of the day, when all the noise fades away, only one voice truly matters, Junie's. And all she wants is peace. Where celebrity chaos, viral moments, and pop culture buzz collide. From Hollywood headlines to internet breaking drama, we've got the tea, and we spill it hot. Sparkles love the drama? Live for the gossip? Then you're in the right place. Thumbs up, don't forget to like the video if you're vibing with the content, bell, hit subscribe and turn on the bell, so you never miss the madness. Pop links, because boring was never an option.